Hello, students. Today we'll have the explanation of the third chapter, Discovering Tut. The saga continues of Hornbill of class 11. And we'll have the explanation of this chapter from page number 27 to page number 28. Now, my students, we'll have this explanation from the very first paragraph on page 27, and it says, eventually, finally, what happened? The substitute fans worked well, the alternative fans worked well. As earlier we had in the last video, we came to know that the CT scan machine had stopped working because of the fans that were actually over there to cool it in the machine, to cool the machine, that stopped working because of the sand, and that's why. And even a person joked over there who was working over there, who was a guard over there. He also joked over there, and he said jokingly, "Curse of the Pharaoh," and he regarded it as a curse of the Pharaoh. But now we come to know in today's video, and in the very first paragraph on page number 27, later on what happened, that the people over there who were doing this different parts regarding this discovery and the work over it, finally they worked with some alternative fans and made the CT scan machine work nicely, and that's how it's all everything well enough was done, and it all finished lovely, and the process was over now. Now, after checking all that, nothing data was lost, no data was lost of the CT scan that was done. Each and every image was over there, was secure and lovely and original and okay, and hence then when they saw that each and everything was okay, and then the technicians turned Tut over to the workmen. They turned it over to the workmen, who actually laid him back again into the pyramid from where he came from, back into his own tomb. Now, less than 3 years after he was removed from his coffin, so less than 3 years he was removed from, 3 years earlier he was removed from over there for doing the CT scan, and now again the body was kept back, the mummy was kept back again at the original place, and the pharaoh again rested in peace where the funerary priests had actually laid him so thousands of years ago, where the priests who had laid him earlier at that place, at the very same place, the Tut's mummy was placed again back over there after doing all the CT scan. Now, back in the trailer, a technician pulled up astonishing images of some amazing images of the Tut's mummy, that of the CT scan that was done. Some very amazing images were received over there on the computer screen, and a gray head took shape first of all when the image started unfolding. The very part of the head first started unfolding, and it's then scattered a number of pixels over there, and the new images of the different 1,700 different images were joined, and the new image of the whole Tut's mummy's body actually was scanned, and now it was revealed in portions now, and that is how the scattering of the pixels was seen, and the technicians spun and tilted it in every direction. Now the technicians turned this Tut's mummy's image, 3D image, like if this is a remote, so this could be turned in any direction, so they rotated that particular image of the Tut's 3D image, and something very lovely they received from over there, and in every direction from the neck vertebrae appeared as in anatomy class. Each and everything was very clear, and a transection of the skull was also done, that one could see what was within the head. Was there any kind of things that could be that was still undiscovered? So the image of Tut's mummy of the head was also done, transection was done, but for now the pressure was off, the real thing was off, because the CT scan was over, and sitting back in his chair, Zahi Hawass, who is the Secretary General of Antiquities over there in Egypt, he over there. So he was relieved because a wonderful work had been done, which was much more a very big headache for him, which was something done for the first time in his life also. And Zahi Hawass smiled visibly, and he was relieved, and nothing had gone actually wrong, seriously wrong. I didn't sleep. His wordings were, Zahi Hawass wordings given over here. His statement given over here was, I didn't sleep last night, not for a second. Now, Zahi Hawass accepted that simply because the next day, on the 5th of January 2005, the mummy had to be scanned, and that is why Zahi Hawass didn't sleep the previous night, and not for a second. And he said, I was so worried, but now I think I will go and sleep. Now he was happy that the whole thing was over. The mummy was CT scanned and kept back at its original place from where it came. And then that this is how he said, now he feels much more relaxed, that each and everything is now okay. Whatever we had to do, we had to study, we were able to study through the images of Tut's CT scanned image. Now, on page 28, the last paragraph of the chapter says, by the time we left the trailer, descending middle stairs to the sandy ground, now they descended from the trailer where the CT scan machine was. The wind had also stopped. The wind was blowing, which was blowing earlier, had stopped now. And the winter air at the night lay cold over there, still like death itself in this valley of the departed, or the valley of the kings, actually. And just above the entrance to the Tup's tomb, where this Tup's tomb is, where his pyramid is actually, my dear students. So there stood, just above the Tup's tomb, stood Orion over there. Orion, my dear students, is actually a constellation. Constellation, my dear students, is a group of stars. So there was Orion over there. And Orion is a constellation which is located on equator and visible, generally visible by naked eye throughout the world. Then that constellation was just above the Tut tomb, and the constellation that ancient Egyptians actually knew as the soul of Osiris. Now you must be asking, who is the soul of Osiris? In short, it's given ahead, the god of the afterlife, who was actually watching the boy king, or the boyish king, King Tut over there. Now Osiris, if you see, it's an Egyptian lord, it's an Egyptian god of the underworld and the judge of the dead also. And Osiris in Egyptian language means powerful or mighty, which means which means that Osiris is considered to be a mighty god of the dead and of the underworld. So with this we come to the end of this particular chapter. Thank you.